At some point, we've got to test this $51,000. All right, welcome to Talking Investing. I am Tom. This is not financial advice. We are here to talk about all things investing. And today I wanted to talk to you about Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners. I'm trying to get a quick update out here this morning. Today is September 1st. Trading just opened a few minutes ago. And something very interesting is going on my Bitcoin chart. And as we all know, as Bitcoin goes, so go the Bitcoin miners. So I wanted to take a look at that. So the market's only been open for 12 minutes, but I just want to run down the list. Right now, the Bitcoin miners are having a positive reaction to today's Bitcoin action. So Bitfarms is up 3.4% right now. Hut 8 is up 2.5%. Marathon's up 3%. Riot's up 2%. Bit Digital's up 2%. Cleanspark's up almost 2%. So everything seems to be reacting fairly positively at the moment. However, I'm looking at what seems like an inflection point here where at some point in the next 24 hours, something has to give. So let me go to the Bitcoin chart for starters and show you what I'm talking about. I got a lot of lines on this thing. I just want to break down the important ones because some of these don't matter right now. So I want to focus on, for starters, the two green lines. This is a 15-minute chart. So this is a close-up, if you will. Over the past 4 days, Bitcoin has created a little bit of a downward trend. You'll see here on the 27th, it traded sideways for just a while, and then it's been going up and down between these green lines fairly consistently. And right now, it's kind of fighting the top of this green line. I've zoomed in a little bit closer, and again, we're on the 15-minute chart here. You can see that this morning, which is this, you can see we've been breaking above and below this green resistance line. That's the first battle that Bitcoin is having, according to my chart at the moment. So we are at the top of this trading range. However, there's two more lines I want to show you. So we've been within this downward trend inside of these green trading lines for 4 days. But there's two other lines that Bitcoin has been fighting. And they intersect, in my opinion, sometime in the next 24 hours. So something is going to give on my chart anyway. So I want to show you what those are. I have a line at $46,743. So you'll see on my chart that has been very strong support going all the way back to here, which is August 20th. Now, I know that was only less than 2 weeks ago, but this is a 10 or 12 day trend that's held up strong. So this is a pretty strong support line over the last few weeks. So somewhere in the 46,700 range. And you can see it has popped below that a few times for a few minutes, but this is the 15-minute chart. So it has really held that line strong for a few weeks. On the flip side, I have a yellow line at $48,000. $48,000 has been a long-term line flipping back and forth between resistance and support. So if I really zoom in, I think one of three possibilities exists here. It is testing the top of this resistance line inside of this green trading range that we've been on for 4 days. If this line holds as resistance, then I think we could potentially go back down, keep trading inside of this range, and test the bottom. However, even inside of this green trading range, this blue line right here has held the whole time. So what I'm looking at is this spot is in the next 24 hours. If we keep trading within this, we're going to reach a point here where it's either got to go up or down. Something's got to break right here. These two trends cannot hold past this point. So what I'm hoping happens is we break out of this to the upside, and I think that if we do, we're going to run into this line at 48,000 right away. So we're immediately, if we win this battle at this point, we're going to run right into 48,000. So I think in order to be confident that Bitcoin is back on an uptrend, I think what we need to see is Bitcoin get over this $48,000 mark and stay there. If it can get back over this $48,000 line and hold that line as support, then, now this is my third time saying this, I believe if we break to the upside, we're going to take another shot at running up to 51,000. We stalled out a week and a half ago at about 50,500, and then last weekend we didn't even make it to that. So I'm looking to see if we can get back above the $48,000 line and maybe take another run at this $51,000. Maybe the third time is the charm here. If not, and we break to the downside, then I think we could end up seeing, at some point sooner than later, we're going to fight this battle right here. And if we cross the blue line to the downside, then I think we're looking at trading back down within the range we've been in. And, I don't know for how long, but that would continue this downward trend we've been on for 4 days. So that's why, this circle right here is the next 24 hours. Something is going to happen in the next 24 hours to break one of these trends. It's in 3 different trends. It's trading within my green lines on a downward trend on a very short-term basis over the last 4 days. It's holding this $46,000 line over the last few weeks as support, and it also is fighting the $48,000 yellow line as resistance. So I'm expecting some type of price action to happen, and obviously whatever comes out of that in the short term, this is all very short-term stuff, I want to reiterate. So you can see these trading patterns change quickly. So when I'm talking about these battles, this is a 1 or 2 or 3 day thing, or maybe a 1 week trend. I am very bullish on Bitcoin, so I don't know if we go back down. We could go back down and test some previous lines of support. I have one at 45,500. I have a stronger one at about 44,000. I have kind of a stopgap at about $40,000 that I think is a very strong line of support. So if we happen to trend downwards, those are my downside targets. I am still looking and waiting for this to cross over 48,000, hold above 48, and see if we can get up and test $51,000. I'm just going to go through 3 charts really quickly, just as an example of how this is affecting all the Bitcoin miners. So the first one I'm looking at here is CleanSpark. On CleanSpark, I had a blue line at $13.71. That had been since earnings, which people were very disappointed and upset with. $13.71 has been kind of a point of resistance. It popped up above it one time, and now it has popped up above it again this morning. I think if Bitcoin can break to the upside, then I've got a green line at about $15.68, where we were just back on August 10th. That's a very short-term target price for CleanSpark if Bitcoin can break above 48,000 and hold that line. So that's how I'm looking at CleanSpark. But you'll see it's right at that point of resistance / support. And a lot of these stocks are right on that point because of the fact that Bitcoin is kind of right on a tipping point as well. So let's just go to the next one. All right, this is the Bitfarms chart, stock ticker BITF. So I have a blue line at $5.95. That has been short-term resistance here for the last few weeks. You will see right now on the 1 hour candle, the candle that we're in is crossing that line. So again, I think we're at an inflection point on Bitfarms because we're at an inflection point on Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin breaks to the upside, I have a yellow line at $7.32. We were just at that line on August 13th. So that was only a few weeks ago. So I believe that if Bitcoin can break 48,000 and make a run at 51,000, then we're looking at a potential run up to this $7.32 yellow line. Now, again, this is my research. All these lines are my estimates. Everybody's chart looks different. So please do your own due diligence. This is not financial advice. I just want to show you what all of my charts look like so that I can show you my thought process, and hopefully it will help you in yours. If Bitcoin does not break to the upside and we continue trading in our downward trend, you'll see at $5.35, there's been a pretty strong line of support for Bitfarms over the last few weeks. So if we happen to break to the downside, I will be a buyer at $5.35. I will continue to accumulate more shares of Bitfarms at that price. Let's just take a look at one more. Okay, last one. I'm on the marathon chart. So you'll see I have a purple line at $40 on the marathon chart. That purple line goes back to a point all the way back in May where we hit $40. Marathon has not hit $40 since then until, I believe, yesterday or the day before. So it's now trading just above that $40 line. And it's in the middle of a green candle, and it's at $41.87 right now. And again, this is early in the trading day on September 1st. So if Bitcoin can hold and break to the upside and maybe take a run at $51,000. I have a blue line at about $44.50. That goes all the way back to April 14th. So Marathon has not been at that price since April 14th. So it has spent many months below this price. But it has also broken out of a long-term trend under $40. So if Bitcoin can hold and go to the upside, I think that in the short term, my price target is, maybe $45. And conversely, if we can't break to the upside and the downward trend continues, then, I have, the line's not actually on here, but I have $36 as a very strong line of support for Marathon. So I would be a buyer at $36 if Bitcoin breaks to the downside. If Bitcoin breaks to the upside, I think that Marathon stands a chance in the short term at running up to $45. So again, I just want to reiterate for all of the stocks I just talked about, and you can do virtually the same analysis whichever Bitcoin miner you happen to be trading. These are very short-term target prices. So I hold a lot of these Bitcoin mining stocks. I am bullish. I'm keeping my positions. I do use options to do some short-term swing trading, so that's more what I'm looking at this for. For those of you who are comfortable with that, there's the potential to do some swing trade on the stock or the options. But for those of you that are long on Bitcoin like I am, if we break to the downside, there may be some buying opportunities ahead. If not, I've given you my price targets on 3 of these, and my price target on Bitcoin remains at some point we've got to test this $51,000. That's my thought on Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners. Good luck trading, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.